Hey everybody! Welcome to Let's Look at Invisible, Inc., the new game from Klei. And it does rhyme with play, in case you're curious. But it's not Klei, but it is the studio that made Mark of the Ninja, Don't Starve Together, Don't Starve, Shank 2. They've made a lot of stuff, and honestly, this is one of those studios, I'm a little biased because I'm local, like they're from Vancouver as well, but I don't give them any necessary extra credit for that. But it's one of those studios that I really feel has gotten stronger with each release. Shank was stylish, and as a beat-em-up got a little repetitive. Shank 2, I thought got a little bit better than that. And Mark of the Ninja is actually definitely one of my favorite games from that like sort of Xbox Live arcade era of release. It's not to say that it's the best on Xbox Live or anything like that. Don't Starve, a lot of people love, not necessarily my thing. But Invisible, Inc., I played a lot of it pre-release in the alpha, and then the beta last summer around August. I played a ton. I did a little series on it, and I played probably about 4 or 5 hours, maybe even a little bit more this week of the review build, the version 1.0, and this is a game that is very, very easy to recommend to anybody who's a fan of turn-based strategy games. It's got a lot of good stuff going for it. It's stealth XCOM is really the easiest way to describe it, but more than that, it's actually just it's almost like a lunch break XCOM. You know how people talk about lunch break roguelikes, like roguelikes, or roguelites, if you will, that can all be completed basically within an hour or two, or a session is like an hour or two. This is kind of like that. It has a short campaign that's meant to be replayed over and over and over. You know, 7 or 8 missions plus a final mission is the overall length of the campaign. Maybe even 6 or 7 missions, not 7 or 8. But it's meant to be played over and over, and things change every single time. It's really strong. This is an impressive release that is easy to recommend, even at what I think is a price point of 20 or 25 USD. This is quite good. So we're going to play a game here. For those of people that are asking, I am going to do a series on it, but that'll be in a separate video that might come later today or tomorrow. This is just going to be the Let's Look At now for people who are curious. We're going to play the story here. I should have a lot of characters on lock because I beat the game on beginner. Experienced is the difficulty that the early access build was before difficulties were added. And then there's expert, which I'm not even going to touch. But there's also advanced options. Like XCOM, you know, it almost has second wave options here that you can use. Expert Plus is even more difficult. Endless, there's no time limit and no end mission. The game just goes on forever and ever and ever. Forever and ever and ever. Endless Plus, I assume, is just more difficult. Time Attack only gives you 2 minutes to make each move, and you can actually set that. I've seen them. Yeah, there you go. So you can set it with a variety of custom options here for those of you who find the game, you know, too easy or maybe even too difficult on some of the other settings. Beginner is good for a beginner. I had some tough situations, but the rewinds make it so, you know, you can rewind 1 full turn with each one of these. It makes it so it's pretty easy for you to make sure that it's going to go well eventually, as long as you haven't completely fucked it up. But we'll play a little bit on experienced here because we're going to be early on in the game anyway, so I'm assuming that it's going to be okay, and I'll let you see the opening cutscene here.
Get to the main server, collect the data, and get out. No detours.
Copy that, Central.
Proceeding to target. Insertion was clean. Alarm level holding steady. We need to get to the 3rd floor. We can make our way to the server room from there.
Any chatter on the comms?
Negative. It's silent on all frequencies.
They should have detected us by now.
Receiving priority wireless transmission.
They're onto you. Get out. Get out of there!
HQ compromised. We're going to need an extraction. I've got Incognita. Deckard and International are on their way.
Get to the roof. I'll cover you. Go!
Decker, how long till extraction?
30 seconds.
Get us out of here.
Yeah. So that's the start of Invisible Ink. It really opens with a little bit of a bang there, and we can see what's happened to our agency here. We got 72 hours. It really does a good job of setting the conceit for the terms or the limits within which the game takes place, which was something that it was lacking before. The mechanics were good, the mechanics were in there, but there was kind of like, I don't understand why I'm doing this. Why do I only have 72 hours? You know, why is this so much shorter than like a campaign for another game? Games usually in this genre, like, you know, not Xenogears. What is the Xenonauts? That's what I'm getting at. Not to keep it specifically within the XCOM stuff. And there's not a whole lot of cutscenes that happen throughout the entire game, but there's a lot of actually really professional voice work that happens. I wish I could actually like turn it off a little bit right now while I'm talking, but in any case, we got a lot of different units unlocked here. There's still a few that I have not unlocked yet, but sure, let's mix it up. And we'll take, I don't know, who have I not used before? I've used Banks before, but I don't think many people maybe have seen her. And we'll take maybe Nika as well. What does she start with? Adrenal Regulator and Nika's Volt Disruptor.
She makes it work. Just try not to make any sudden moves in
Okay.
her peripheral vision if you want your arms
Yeah,
to
we'll try
remain in
it.
a socket.
She starts with like no, I guess she must start with decent weaponry. Gives the agent an extra attack a turn, gains 3 AP after any attack. Oh, that seems good. But she starts with like no levels up. So every agent is a few different things. They start with some items, they start with some augments. Crypto computer unlocks level 1 security doors without a pass card. That's really good. They also start with some skills. Skills, very simple. Speed basically is action points. I think maybe, yeah, you only get them at the end there. We'll see after we beat a mission or two. Hacking gives you more power, basically, when you hack stuff. Strength allows you to carry more items and drag bodies further for less AP. And Anarchy basically allows you to steal. Basically, it kind of dark sides you in a way. You can also start with a variety of different programs here, but I'm just going to go Power Drip and Lockpick because those are the ones that I'm familiar with and I don't really want to mess with it. It's 2074 and corporations rule the world with brutal efficiency. They hit you hard and now you're on the run. You need to strike back, but you'll never win by force. Keep your agents alive with stealth and cunning. Raid the Corps' facilities for tools and support. I guess it's Corpse facilities here. And prepare your team for the final showdown. The odds are stacked against you. You will fail repeatedly, but each time you will learn more about your adversaries, and every restart generates a new world of dangers and opportunities. You have a tough job ahead of you, operator. Don't let us down. So, the game starts. I'm going to skip over this voice work, which is a damn shame because it's actually really well done, but it is the same every single time. It's like the story is not procedurally generated, but the mechanics are. So this is our conceit. We have 72 hours. Traveling to missions takes time, but there's not that much time management for that stuff. We get to choose our pick of missions, but we have to do the first one here in order to actually get a site list that will allow us to do more in the future. It's not really a tutorial, but it's worth noting. That, you know, you have to do this first mission. It's very, like, you're funneled into it right at the get-go. Additionally, missions do get tougher. Missions on the first day are easiest, second day harder, third day hardest, although there are some missions that you can sort of do with higher security even than level 3. Alright, so again, ignore this. I'll set this up. You don't need her. Let me explain what's going on with the interface here. So, again, it's isometric, turn-based, squad-based strategy game, but it focuses highly on stealth as opposed to combat, although you do have combat abilities. We have a custom paralyzer, which basically we can use on a target, and then it keeps them pinned for longer. And then we have the thing that does the KOing and then pinning in the first place, the Neural Disruptor. A one-tile range melee attack that has a 3-turn cooldown. Then on Nika, we have Nika's Volt Disruptor. Consumes 2 power when used, which is this up here. So this actually uses the power that normally we would use for Incognito, which I'll talk about in a minute, and knocks the guard out for 3 turns, but doesn't have a cooldown. Okay, and she gets action points when she doesn't attack. So, our goal on this mission, we can see the objectives in the bottom right. Locate the executive terminals, get out alive. Let's start moving our way towards that. Big thing in this game, cover and peeking. Peeking is extremely important. So let's start with Nika, and we're going to move her to the door, and then we can use a hotkey, or we could just press the button. But I'm going to have her peek. This allows her to see through the door and see what's on the other side, which will allow us to get out here. I'm really happy that Clay has made another stealth game. I know that Nels Anderson, who was the design lead, maybe? I don't want to, take anything away from anybody if he wasn't necessarily a design lead, but I know he's with Campo Santo now. But I really like the design principles behind Mark of the Ninja, everything being very clear, easy to understand what's going on, and this is exactly the same. You know, we have a camera in here. We don't have to worry about what it can see, because we can see on the floor these red lines that tell us. That means it takes a lot of the trial and error out of it. Also, these yellow lines are blind spots. This is where the camera cannot see, but there's spots that are adjacent to where the camera can see, so that we can plan our attack accordingly. But anyway, we're going to end our turn because we're out of action points. Every turn, a couple of things happen. You move, then the enemies move, and then the security level goes up by 1. Every, I guess, 5 turns that you take, the security level goes 1 full rank up. The first rank doesn't do anything. Second rank activates more cameras. Third rank activates more firewalls, which makes it harder to hack the security systems. Fourth rank, fifth rank, they just like send in more units, and the game just becomes more and more difficult. So you are on a little bit of a time crunch, actually. So I'm going to mix this up, actually. I have my units in the wrong areas, I think. I think Nika should come over here, and then Banks should come over here, because she can get through level 1 security doors, which is what this red door is, without a security code. There we go, there's our executive terminal, so this one's really, really easy. Our goal, after we hack this terminal, is going to be just to get out alive. So let's unlock this door, and by the way, closing doors doesn't take a turn, but you always want to close doors behind you so that the enemies can't see you. Now with Nika, we can do a little bit more. Let's press spacebar. This enters us into Incognita. Incognita is basically our cybernetic companion that can help us accomplish our objectives. So you see, like, enemy objects are going to be outlined in red for us here, like the security camera or like this executive terminal. We can hack them and then turn them into our assets. So if I hack the security camera, all of a sudden, if I hit the spacebar again, you can see that I have full vision of this room, and I can walk in freely because the camera's not going to trigger anything. And I can also see if there were enemies in here, they would be easy for me to spot them. Similarly, we can hack this, and this is using our, you can see here where the lines are coming out. Again, the interface does a really, really good job of making everything super clear. You can see that this is lockpick 1.0. It uses 2 power and breaks 1 lockpick. We also have power drip, which gives us 1 power per turn passively. So we gain 1 power per turn. We're going to use 2 turns worth of power for right now to hack that so that we can actually walk up and access the information, and we're going to end our turn. There's other more interesting stuff we can do with Incognita, and as we do more missions, depending on the missions we choose, which is another interesting element of it, we have the option of doing missions that, you know, focus on strengthening Incognita, or missions that focus on, you know, strengthening our agents, or missions that just focus on getting us as much money as possible in case, you know, we want to upgrade our agents or buy our equipment directly from, you know, a black market source or something like that. All right, we're going to just end this turn here, and then I'll talk about what's going on with this. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to click end turn somehow. I don't know why I clicked that. Oh, I just moused over that and clicked it by accident while trying to display it. Anyway, this mission I think is going to be pretty easy. Let's take Banks here, and we'll have Banks basically hack the terminal, which anyone can do. And then that was our inventory screen. Once you can carry more than the first 3 slots with 1 strength, but it's going to encumber you. It's going to slow you down. So it's a risk-reward thing. You know, do you want to... oh, okay. Do you want to carry more stuff, or would you rather walk faster? And in some cases, the answer will be different. So I just hijacked the console. You'll find these consoles throughout levels. They give you more power that you can use with Incognita, which is extremely important because, you know, 1 power per turn is probably not going to be enough to do it for you. And you might not even start with that program if you wanted to switch it up. But anyway, you might be wondering, what's up with this door right here? This is the door where enemies will come out of if more enemies spawn. So we definitely don't want to be there anytime soon. So now our principal objective is going to be... I'll hijack this console. Our principal objective is going to be finding the elevator or transporter that actually allows us to leave this level. Now this one might be a little easy to start with here. We'll end our turn. But you'll see some more stuff with agent activity in the next run. Or in the next mission. Okay, never mind. You might see more of that right now. Guards are predictable. That doesn't mean they're easy. Here's our situation right here. This guard sees us. When a guard sees you, whether it's his turn or your turn, you have 1 turn with which to hide. So what I'm going to do here is move to a spot that'll keep me safe. This will not keep me safe because I'll be stepping here. If I step here, I'll get shot and I'll have to get dragged to the exit or leave me behind. I can't move here, I can't move here. I'm very lucky that this nano fabricator is here. I can move here and then they'll lose me because I'm behind this. This will make them... You can see here, if we just look at their... We can use an action point to guess their behavior. they're going to walk over here. So I'm basically going to put my unit on Overwatch, which is, it's called Ambush, but this is Overwatch for melee units. There is a legitimate Overwatch if you have like a gun. And that means if someone walks within one tile, she will stun them, which is extremely useful for us right now. One agent is very, very rarely a concern. Multiple agents and difficult agents, and they do become much more difficult, is where things are going to get interesting. We're going to hijack that for some more power, and because we have so much power, we might as well hack some stuff here. So I'm going to hack this corporate safe, and to be honest with you, I might as well hack the nanofab fabricator, and I'll hack the security camera because it's rebooting here anyway, and then we'll end our turn. Now this guy, again, they're predictable. He's going to run over here, we're going to get to ambush him, and then we're going to pin him. This gives me a good chance to talk about pinning, which is actually good. But before I talk about that, you know, you have multiple objectives on every single mission in Invisible, Inc. I might call it Incognita by accident a couple times. I apologize. Your main mission, your objectives are covered down here, but also you want to, you know, steal as much from these corporations as possible. Not only are you going to get credits, which are, it's money, let's be honest, but you're going to get useful items, augmentations you can install on your units to give them extra passive or active abilities, weapons, maps of new sites that you can go to, etc., etc. So you got to balance that because you want to get out alive, and it's risky to spend your time trying to get credits and stuff like that, but the credits are going to allow you to upgrade your agents, and maybe you'll get worthwhile equipment as well. So, I mean, in our case here, it's kind of a moot point because we don't have any extra... we don't have any... we haven't found the elevator, so we can't just leave. But... it's a little different a lot of the time. You'll be like, we've got agents on, or we've got enemies on us, but we want to hack some more and like steal some more so that we can actually get the resources necessary to let us win our campaign. So Nika knocked this guy out. We're going to go steal, and we stole 90 credits from him, which is not a lot, but I guess that's, you know, what you'd expect on the medium level difficulty as opposed to the easy, which I mostly played on. We KO'd the security guard and he's pinned, and the number represents the number of turns that he'll be down for. That number will stay the same if we leave our unit on top of him, which is what I'm going to do here. By leaving our unit on top of him... Oh shit, I really should have done an ambush there. But I didn't because I'm lazy. She should be able to KO this guy. Oh, she can't? Because she's pinning a unit? I've never seen that before. This might have actually been terrible. We might have to use a rewind here. I didn't know you couldn't... Oh, I didn't hijack that console. I didn't know you couldn't KO a unit while you're pinning another one. Well, this will be a good opportunity to show off the level rewind, at least. Maybe we can do... No, we're going to get shot.
That agent's down, but not out.
Give them a shot of Medgel and they'll be as good as new. Did we start with Medgel? I don't think so. Custom Paralyzer. That's a little different. We might be able to drag them to the exit, though. Let's end our turn here, and we'll try to get them back. That was very stupid of me. I should have put myself in a better position, but that's okay. This will give us a chance to show off some of the tension. Alright, so they're still there. I can't quite get behind. What are they going to do next turn? Hunting. So they're going to walk out this way. So I should be able to come out. He saw something over there. We're going to try to beat the rest of this mission with only one unit, which is going to be very difficult, but hopefully our elevator is close by. Now the real danger is that we got to keep this agent pinned, or they're going to come to next turn. In fact, I think I might have botched this. I'm actually going to rewind all the way. So you only get 3 rewinds, so because I took an extra turn, that's actually going to cost us here. You get 3 rewinds per level. You don't have to use them if you don't want to. You could play on Iron Man instead. And we're going to rewind once more. That was really an unintentional mistake rooted in ignorance. I didn't understand that that would cause that problem. So at the bare minimum, what we're going to want to do is probably, well, first off, steal this unit's credits. And then go stand over here. Close the door.
What was that? Investigating.
Oh, man, there might be 2 agents over there. And then we'll ambush. So it'll cost us 2 power when we do it. Only on this unit, not on every unit. And then we'll try to get Banks in there for support as soon as possible. The pinning meta is something I do want to talk about, though, because it is really cool. Our ambush should work right here, by the way. Oh my god, I didn't know they could kick down the door. But the pinning meta is really cool. Oftentimes you end up like chain pinning units. Sometimes you find yourself in a situation where it's actually like the right idea. I shouldn't go through this door yet because I can't I can't guarantee that I won't get it, you know, seen because this door has now been destroyed. Is there like a camera in here? That's the thing we can't see right now. I'm gonna use the... Oh, you have the custom paralyzer. Okay, we're gonna keep this unit pinned for now. And then we're going to try to custom paralyze this unit when we come through again on this option here. But, like, one thing I didn't realize when I played the game in alpha, beta, whatever you want to call it, and you should probably call it whatever it was, I just don't remember, but I didn't really understand pinning meta. Like, I would pin a unit, and then I would leave it on the next turn, and then I'd be like, oh man, why am I getting swarmed by guards? But it's really, really important to do these kind of chain pins, basically, where you always have the units pinned down for as long as possible. And maybe sometimes you can have up to 4 units with you, I think. At least that's the most I've ever had, even accepting the spoiler mission, which I'm not going to spoil. But anyway, you can have like 2 units pinning and then 2 units exploring. On these 1-in-1 missions, sometimes I have 1 unit pinning almost the entire time and just 1 unit going around stealthing and trying to accomplish all the objectives. It's a really neat dynamic. So we're going to try to look in here. Amazingly, that was not visible. Like, I didn't get seen there. But there's no way. We can also, like, hold this button down, the left Alt key, and then that will show us a more simplified map. In case you're like, oh, I don't really know what I'm looking at. Like, will I get seen there or won't I? This sorts that out. Unfortunately, we can't see the camera yet, so I'm pretty sure that with the current characters that we have, there's no way for us to get in here. We're just going to move her up so she pins there. I'm not going to talk about the Nano Fabricator. Basically, that's a shop, but I don't want to spend credits because I want to demonstrate how to upgrade your agents. Normally, you might be able to see the camera over here. At least I'm assuming it's over here. And as a result, you'd be able to disable it and then walk through here. But we're actually going to trip the alarm here. I don't think there's any way around it. We do have a level 1 security... yeah, there's the camera. We do have a level 1 security card, so we can get through here. I'm going to hack this, just so we don't have exactly the same thing happen again in just a moment here. And then we'll peek through the door. And there's another camera situation going on here. So I'm going to move over here and peek through this door. And there's a corporate safe, which I'll take the opportunity to hack. But we're getting a little low on power here. She can't move through here. That's all right. Let's have her open the door for now, just to save us some hassle. I didn't mean to peek there. That actually wasted an action point. I meant to close the door, but then I remembered the door is broken, so we can't close the door. So I'm going to abandon my pin there. We'll peek out this way, see what we got going on. Still trying to find the elevator. And I guess we'll end our turn. These guys are going to start to come 2 and 3 turns. That should give us enough time to hack the safe and get out of here. Hopefully what you're seeing is that there's a lot of systems going on at the same time here. It's a really satisfying game to play when you succeed. It's really, there we go, 150 credits. Let's peek again, see if we can take a shortcut. There we go, we've seen the camera. We can't hack it, though. We don't have enough power, so it's actually in our best interest, I think, to just run around this way instead, and end our turn. There's nothing more satisfying. It's got kind of that Splinter Cell, like, you know, do you want to play as a ghost or do you want to play as like a commando style going on? There's nothing more satisfying than doing a mission and having nobody see you and like getting through it totally fine just by abusing blind spots and looking at enemy patterns. It really does that well. Like here, there's a camera. I can't, unfortunately, I can't quite get through. Not enough action points, right? That makes sense. I can't quite get through. Next turn, I'll have enough power to hack it, which is good because I don't want to necessarily trip the alarm. Yeah, well, but I'm scared because, you know, these guys are going to wake up soon and they're going to start hunting. So you know what? Let's trip the alarm. It might trip it twice, actually, now that I look at it. No, it only trips it once. Okay, that's good to know. I should have closed that door as well. So we can get over here without being seen. Just makes it faster for us to get to that door through our next opportunity there. Alright, so these enemies are going to start waking up. They don't move on their first turn, so we got a little bit of time. Let's hack this. We didn't really save much by doing what we did as early as possible, but, you know, it does allow us to get through here maybe a little easier and still make forward progress with Banks. We'll peek through the door. And there's our teleporter. So, you know, it didn't go quite as smoothly as maybe I would have wanted, but we are going to get to the end here, and we got to the end without losing any agents, even if I did have to use my rewinds. At alarm level 3, this is the door where the agent will show up, like I said. We'll get one more guard to have to deal with, but Nika's going to be able to get to the exit, and we'll escape here. Alright, so that's one successful mission. That's supposed to be the easy one, and we ran into a little bit of trouble, but mostly I ran into power trouble, honestly. Even though it looks like I handled it poorly, and I did, we ran out of power to do everything I wanted to do. On easy, you get a little bit more power to start with, I think, and you can just hack whatever you want. Here, we're going to have to be a lot more conservative about it. Okay, so this is the agent upgrade screen, where basically eventually we'll be able to buy new stuff, but instead, for now, really all we have the opportunity to do is upgrade our agents. So I'm going to upgrade speed a little bit to add more movement. You can see what happens here when you get to like all the levels. You're rarely going to be able to get to level 5 for more than one thing, unless I played my beginner mode so terribly that
Re-establish contact.
there's again, just ignore the kind of story stuff because I don't want to spoil it. This is where the game gets more interesting, and I will do one more mission here, even though it's going to be a little bit of a long video. The missions you have a choice from typically come in like 4 different categories. There's this one, Plastech Security Dispatch. This is more likely to give you weapons and, you know, basically assault gear that you can use to tailor to your playstyle and, you know, weapons, basically. Cybernetics Lab will give you an augment that you can install on your actual agents. Executive Terminals will give you more information about missions to take in the future, and the Vault will give you more money. Pardon me. Still a little under the weather here. There's also another kind of mission that involves like high-value prisoners. And when you do that, you can actually get more squad members that will join you on your missions, or sometimes you can just sell the prisoners for money. So we're going to do this one just because it's close. All of the corporations have unique characteristics. Like when we go to, there's another one. Is this, where's the, not cybernetics, Heavy Industries, yeah. Sankaku Heavy Industries specializes in robotics, so when you get to higher levels, like even level 2, you'll see weaponized drones. Are these, okay, that's level 1, good. Level 1 is easy, easiest, I guess. Level 2, you start to see really annoying enemies. Level 3 gets a little crazy. So we're going to start with
this is a regional security office.
This level 1 here. And we'll do the best that we possibly can. There's no healing in between missions, like there's no recovery time or anything like that. So we don't have to worry about like managing a big squad or hiring rookies or anything like that. But you know, you do want to balance. There we go. You do want to balance like bringing new people in. You want to balance the types of missions you do instead of just clicking like a menu option, which leads to like a really interesting dynamic to your playstyle. Very congested in here. I don't like it. And we do see a unit. Let's get behind cover and then we'll observe them. Oh, we can't. Okay, well let's take someone with more action points. Peek and observe. They are patrolling, so they're gonna walk through here. Instead of that, I would like it if we just ambush them. So we'll have Banks close this door. And we could just let them walk by and we probably would not be seen, but I should have done that to try to play around a little bit, but that's okay. We've taken care of them, and we can keep them pinned with Nika while Banks accomplishes her own stuff. Although we should do it the other way around, because Nika has extra speed now, so she has way more action points. Oh, because she didn't attack. Okay. First off, let's take the valuables. No keys, but extra credits is useful. We'll hack this for more power. Gives us 2. We'll hack the corporate safe with lockpick. There's even more credits. And then we'll get ready to move out this way. As Banks. Gotta get in the habit of closing these doors, even though the first one is probably overkill. I think it's a good idea. We'll also inject the custom, like, paralyzer dose. And we've got a few action points left over, so let's, you know, go to this door, peek through it. That's gonna be tricky. I don't want to open it yet. We'll wait till the next turn, and then we'll end this one. So we've managed this room really well, and hopefully by the time that guy wakes up, we'll be super far away. Alright, Nika. She's gonna peek, open. We still don't see the camera, so we're gonna trip the alarm here. I don't think there's any way around it. Much trickier assortment of layouts here. Usually, like when I previously played, oh, she doesn't have enough action points. When I had previously played, it had been relatively easy, honestly, to just hack the cameras in time. But here, it seems much more difficult. Oh, she doesn't have enough action points to get anywhere. Maybe she can get to the spot Nika was in, be in the blind spot, and then we won't trip the alarm next time. We can always hack it if we want to. We want Banks to take the door at the top and Nika to take the door at the right, because Banks automatically gets through these level 1 security doors. We don't even need to hack it because we can actually just move diagonally for 2 action points through the blind spot. And again, that's a way that you can conserve power by playing a little riskier. Alright, so we can see in here, they're investigating a curious event. Probably the camera being tripped. What we could do is unlock this, doesn't take an action point, and get ready to use like another neural disruptor here. Like if we go here, open the door, this guy will be like, what's going on with that sometimes? And then we'll get ready to ambush. Let's take a look at Nika here temporarily. She's looking through. Yeah, this is where this guy's going to come from. So what's in our best interest? We'll probably get ready for another ambush here, but it'll take power, which is not good. You know what? In fact, we probably don't even need to do an ambush. I bet we can get out of it without doing that. But it'll be annoying. Oh, he's coming through here now because he's... Yeah, okay, so he's going to get ambushed. There's pretty much no way about it. Okay, close this door. Come over here. That is a console database. That shows us where all the consoles are. This is a secondary server terminal. I don't know what this does, to be honest with you. And this is a corporate safe, which is what we'll probably prioritize. Let's just get ready for an ambush here. We're still in the camera's blind spots, so we should be able to do this without getting discovered. I don't know if we'll be able to get out without hacking that camera, though, now that I look at it. Alright, so we did hit level 1. Oh, sorry. What if we go here? Can we then just peek? No, we gotta go around. Alright, I gotta hack the camera. I wish I didn't, but I do. This camera's about to come back online, so we should get the heck out of here. Which should be easy. And we're only on turn 5, so definitely the custom paralyzer, yeah, it still has a few more turns till it comes back. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. We could rewind, but it's actually not that bad. This camera's coming back, too. We should hack that, keep it out of commission for a while here. Did we take that guy's valuables? We can do it and still get action points. We didn't. Okay. We can give that level 1 security pass card to our other unit because they can't naturally get through the doors like we can. And then we'll just move as far out as we can, basically. We could do the pin for longer, but I don't think it's wholly necessary as long as we're out of here in time. Okay. So, let's... who has more action points? It's like 8 versus 9. It's not that big of a deal. Let's take Banks over here, and we'll get ready to hack the corporate safe. You know, I know I should be talking more about the details, but this is the ultimate sign that a Let's Look At is going really well, and it's a game I like a lot. I'm talking exclusively about, like, the mechanics. This is a very strong game that I find very easy to recommend. The one thing that... I'm not sure if it's going to rub people the wrong way, but the one thing that's worth noting is that it's not XCOM. My throat is getting so dry here. But it's not XCOM. You're, the campaign is much, much shorter. 3 or 4 hours. But it really, really is meant to be replayed multiple times. It's not just the kind of thing where you're like, it's, you know, you're justifying your purchase price. You're like, well, it's short, but it's very replayable, I promise you. No, it's not like that. This is the kind of thing where if you like it, you're going to want to play through it multiple times. And I rarely say that, even as the guy who has 500 hours in Isaac. We'll hack that for some more power, desperately needed. Then spend all of that power and then some on this corporate safe, which allows us to get some cred chip and also an accelerator chip. Requires Anarchy skill level 2, which we don't have, but use at a console to increase the amount of power generated by 1. It's useful-ish. We should take it with us, because at the very least, we can sell it for a lot of credits. And you have a passcode, so honestly, we might as well come through this way. But we do have, I mean, we might go for that corporate safe as well. We are getting low on power. We got an interesting situation here with this, like, the sensor over here. I think we have a unit that's coming over here to look. I would really like to get through here faster because these units are going to become alarmed and start looking for us. Okay, let's first... Oh my god, she walked through the freaking laser because I'm an idiot. I thought I had the other unit selected. Well, we can peek at least. This location was noticed by the enemy. I don't understand these X's. I've never seen those on easy. It was very stupid of me to do that move there, and I almost did it again. We should really probably get a move on, honestly. Let's not move anymore because I'm scared. And I'm pretty sure that these agents are going to start getting close to us soon. Like, we can still see them because we hacked the camera in there. Oh, shit, that's like a real legitimate unit. Okay. I might have completely fucked myself by doing that. We got to get to a blind spot as soon as possible. So I don't think Nico was discovered. Banks was discovered. There's no good blind spot for her, though. Okay. Tell you what, we'll go here. Now we should be able... Oh my god, we went through the... No, he saw us. He saw us. Okay. Rewind here. I gotta rewind. If we fail the mission, I hope that I at least got my piece out. And you can see that the game is not simply like a casual level strategy game. I'm not good at it. Oh, we can start from before. I completely fucked it up. I'm not good at it, but at the same time, I'm not horrible at it either. Or maybe I am. But it's difficult. And it's actually like, it's a good level of challenge. I find myself stopping and starting campaigns. Like, should I be inside of this? I don't know. Maybe the X's on the floor are just for effect, but I don't think so. Well, let's just see what happens if we step on one of them. No, nothing. Okay, well, it's a bit of a bummer, I guess. We'll come hang out over here and we'll just get our ambush ready. We should have been behind cover. I mean, that's step one. I'm not putting my units behind cover. Yep, I fucked it. I think here's what I want to do. We're going to rewind again. This Let's Look At is going off the rails. I mean, we are getting up there in terms of our time level here, but we got to put our unit behind cover. So, let's actually take a turn to hack this safe. It seems like this is actually the most constructive thing for us to do here. 380 credits is a lot. Now you're going to open up the door and get in here. But then you're going to hide behind this cover right here and get ready to ambush. This should allow us to do some better stuff, I think. All right, let's end our turn here and hope that we don't get spotted. I didn't realize that they're investigating the area. Maybe it was because, I don't know, because our camera went off? The camera spotted us? We've already rewinded past the infrared stuff. So this is an enemy whose heart monitor will trigger other enemies. So we are still going to, well, let's peer at them and see what they're going to do. They're patrolling, so they're going to go back that way. Maybe we should just stay right here and just let a turn go by and let's see if this works. Let's try to play a little bit more Ghost style. Yeah, that guy's just going to walk back. So as long as we can get like into and out of this in another turn or so, we should be fine. We still haven't located the guard office or gotten out alive. Like that last one in particular has been very tough. So this is security level 2, which means more cameras are going to be turning on shortly. Got to be very careful with this, because if we get here and then decide we want to hide, there might not be suitable cover. But we can go in at least. Close the door, and we know we're going to get some power back from that console, so we're okay here. And for you, is there any way I could get you to cover? Yeah, if I can get you to, like, here... Oh, my God, here... I think that's okay, and luckily the guards actually won't notice that the door was open. Oh, this guy's gonna get in here and freak me out, man. And yeah, that blind spot is working out well for us. And then immediately, I fucked it here. Oh my God. We might actually end up losing this mission, but that's, you know, a realistic look at the game. Okay, if we go here, we won't be seen. Then, we'll go here and just get ready to ambush. And that should work out for us. I think that guy's he's gonna get got. Now, where are you going? You're going back through the door you just came? Fantastic. I can live with that. I'm gonna go here, and then here. I'm just gonna put myself up against this door so I'm ready for the next turn, and we'll see if we can make this work. I can't stress enough, you can play the game however you want, but the really satisfying thing is in having like a run where nobody even knows you were there. You don't get any extra reward for it necessarily, except an easier trip through, and not having to deal with as much bullshit, but it's really, really satisfying when you can make it happen. So there's another alarm we're gonna trip in there. I'm displeased by this. So you know what? I would rather just knock this guard out with Banks. because I don't want to spend power. Our other unit uses power when they do that. We're going to trigger the alarm anyway. We might as well be ready for it. So let's get our other unit, Nika, in here, and we'll have her hack the safe. Gives us more credits, and get this power from this. Beautiful. And I don't know, maybe go here and get ready to peek on the next turn, but for now just be ready for an ambush, because that might be a guard. That might not be a camera that's causing that that vision in there. And what's nice is that basically if you succeed on the mission went well. You know, in XCOM you can beat a mission but 3 units die. I still have like latent stress. Oh, there is a camera. I still have like latent stress over that. When I do something bad on a mission in Invisible Ink, I'm like, oh shit, that's gonna affect me for the rest of the game. It doesn't really, as long as you can get out. Let's inject this guy with the paralyzer so that he's gonna stay down a little longer. It doesn't really, and that might sound like it's, I should have taken that power. It might sound like it's easy mode, but it's really not. It's just a different take on it. So as long as you get in and get out, like, you're gonna be fine, which is a really, I like it. I think it's a cool approach. I'm gonna hack this for 4, and then we'll have 4 left on the next turn to hack that power supply, which will probably, you know, be tied to some kind of laser grid or something like that that we can deal with by hacking it instead of just walking through it. Alright, there's one more guard patrol now. We still need to find the guard office. We haven't accomplished our main objective. Alright, come over here. Hijack this. That gives us 2 extra power. You are now free to walk through here. I think we should have closed the door. And there's our exit. Oh, this is real bad, actually. Because now you know what? Let's not waste any more power. It doesn't really matter if we trigger the alarm as long as we get into the exit. We need to find the guard office, and it is not there. So, it's got to be through, like, one of these doors that I hadn't looked at yet. So, we're going to go back here. This is, you know, procedural generation. Sometimes this kind of stuff is going to happen, and it makes it more interesting. Once we find and accomplish our main objective, at least now we know the direction to go to get to the end. This is going to be a freaking nightmare, though, as mentioned. I got genuinely spooked a little bit there. No problem. Alright, you. I think you are straight up dead. I can't see, but I bet that guy can see right here. I'm so screwed. Just put your hands up. Yeah, I'm gonna get shot. Man, you know what? I might actually have to abort this mission. I think I am gonna abort the mission. There's not much. I mean, we could rewind here. But I think at this point, I've kind of like, it kind of feels like cheating. I kind of want to play in Iron Man mode. But anyway, we'll save an exit for now. This is Invisible Ink. I mean, this is all you get. All you get is the single player campaign. You'll have to take my word for it that it's really engaging, and hopefully in my series I'll do a little bit better than I did right here. I think I played very sloppily, but it's methodical, it's as slow as you want it to be, and it's really, really strategically satisfying. It tickles an itch, or it scratches an itch that I haven't really had scratched, honestly, since XCOM Enemy Within, the pseudo-expansion Enemy Unknown. I can't recommend it enough if you're a fan of these kind of games. And you should know by now, probably, if it's the kind of thing you're into. Even if it isn't, I think this might be a pretty decent stepping in point. The beginner mode is relatively casual. It's fast-paced. You know, you're not committing yourself to a 60-hour campaign by getting into it. It's a 3 or 4 hour, maybe 4 or 5 hour thing that's meant to be replayed over and over. Almost like, you know, a Dungeon of the Endless run or an Isaac run, but obviously extrapolated much further out. I didn't even show off any of the litany of mechanics that, you know, interact with one another, and there's so much other customization and different loadout options and different styles of play you can roll with that I did not get a chance to show off here, even though this video I hoped was relatively exhaustive, but it's super good. I like it a lot. I think it's an early contender for one of the best games of the year for sure. I think this could easily be a top 10 game of the year for strategy diehards. I'm interested to see what other people think about it. It's a game that's become a little bit of a temporary obsession here, and honestly, I can't say enough good stuff. But anyway, there will be a link to pick it up on Steam if you're interested. It comes out today, I think. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more first impressions in the future. But for now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time. If I can figure out how to quit OBS.